Hi everyone, I want to start this video by talking about resisting difficulty. This is such a common thing that all of us probably experience, where something hard comes along and we resist this thing, right? Maybe it's that we have to read a novel in 2 weeks and we're resisting it. Maybe it's that we have to write a paper and we're resisting the process, we're resisting getting started. Maybe it's that something happened in your personal life. Maybe someone's come into your life or leaving your life and we're resisting that. There's so many ways that resistance can pop up. And I'm not talking about outer resistance, although sometimes that's comes about as a result of inner resistance. But I'm talking about how on the inside, when we just feel like, nope, I don't want to do this, I'm not doing this. So resistance is an inner contraction, a tightening, a hardening of the shell of ego. It's a protection-based response that we have. It makes you closed, okay? So something happens that we don't want to do or we find difficult, and we close ourselves off from it. So what Eckhart Tolle is saying here is whatever action you take in this state, which he also calls negativity, creates outer resistance in your life. So when you're resisting something and you're still doing it, for example, if you're resisting reading the novel, but you're still trying to read the novel, even though inside you're saying, I don't want to do this, you're creating these outward issues and outward resistance for yourself. You're probably not going to understand it well. You're probably not going to connect to it well. And what Eckhart Tolle says is that things in life aren't going to be helpful to you when you're in this state. And he talks about the metaphor that if the shutters on the window are closed, the light can't come in. So if we close ourselves off, we don't allow space for light. So I encourage you to notice when you might be resistant to something and know that it's very normal. But when you do feel that resistance, see if you can open up a little bit, especially with academic work, and ask yourself, okay, can I be open to what I'm doing here and try to make the most of it? And I think you'll have a better experience if you do this. Let me know. I also want to go over the definition of literary analysis this week. We are reading a novel and writing a literary analysis paper. So here is a definition that I want to point out some things. Literary analysis means closely studying a text. So we're looking at all of the little things, we're zooming in, and we're taking our time with it. When we find certain things in the text that could have meaning, that we're then interpreting the meaning, we're taking time to reflect and think about it. And then the third thing is thinking about, why did the author make the choice to have this here or to create meaning in this way? That is literary analysis. So you're looking closely, you're trying to understand the meaning of what is happening, but also understanding and thinking about why the writer chose to present it in this way and how that all kind of came together for the writer to create meaning in the novel. Keep this in mind. Just a reminder, this week and next we are reading The Alchemist, so you want to make sure you read about half of the novel this week. You want to also make sure that you've chosen a topic to focus on from the 3 topics. Make sure you annotate as you read, especially marking sections where the theme you've chosen is popping up in the text. And then begin to brainstorm on paper or on your screen, as well as in our discussion, so that you can get some ideas flowing for your paper. Lastly, we do have a brainstorming exercise this week that's due. And basically, I want you to brainstorm about the topic you've chosen. You can Do it in whatever form you like. It could just be words, a list, images, a collage, a table, whatever works for your brain. You should include some personal things about the topic, as well as references to things that have happened in the novel so far. Either just a little note about something that happened or a quotation. I want you to be able to connect it to yourself and to the novel. Good luck, everyone.